Okay, today we're doing dinner. We are doing short ribs in the Instant Pot, and it's one of my favorite recipes. It's so good. So, I'm going to show you guys how I do it. Okay, turn my camera around here. So, first of all, to feed my whole family, I like to get the boneless. These are the boneless short ribs, and I really look for marbling. The more marbling, the better, in my opinion. So that one doesn't have quite as much, but yeah, that's what I look for when I'm buying them. I will also generally stick with the grass-fed options and no hormones or whatever if available. So we're gonna open these. I'm gonna put them on a plate and then I'm gonna season them. Let's see if I can turn this. And I did already wash my hands, just so you know. So this is quite a bit. We always have to make extra because we like to have it for, like, my husband takes it for his lunches afterwards. So it makes really yummy leftovers. So I'm not a big leftovers person. I could really care less for leftovers. So I try to not leave any, but this I will eat. Alright, I will play the video again when these are seasoned. Okay, so I got those mostly seasoned. I am trying to achieve kind of a more barbecue flavor. So I really like this smokehouse maple. It kind of gives it that barbecue and sweet. I don't like barbecue sauce. I will not be putting barbecue sauce on these. And barbecue sauce, we've tried so many different brands. My husband loves it, but it kills his stomach, and it's so full of sugar and bad stuff in it that, and quite frankly, the ones that are made to be healthy are just not that good. So I try to achieve a barbecue flavor without barbecue sauce. So I do coat them pretty heavily. I'm gonna throw some in, and then I'll season the ones that are underneath. But I did get out a second plate because I'm going to put some oil in here, roughly 2 tablespoons. Put it on saute, and I'm going to brown all the sides and then transfer them to a plate, and then put in the next batch, transfer them to a plate, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've got the first batch in here, just for a few minutes on each side until they're all brown on all the sides. And I will say, you can use pork short ribs. I don't like the pork short ribs. I feel like they dry out so much faster. These always come out amazing, the beef ones. If you do use the pork short ribs, then you'll want to use, for your liquid, you'll want to use chicken broth, where I am using beef broth because I'm using beef ribs. But this recipe does definitely work for pork too, if you are more of a pork lover. But we like beef. We don't eat much pork in our house, so we just don't. Okay, so I got all those browned on all the 4 sides. Now you're gonna take half a cup of your broth. Like I said, where I'm using beef short ribs, I use beef broth. If I use pork, you'd want to use chicken, probably chicken broth. So pour that in the Instant Pot, and then you want to scrape the bottom and try to get like the burnt stuff off. It adds to the flavoring. And you're also going to take it off of saute. Okay. All right, and now I put in a rack to keep the meat off of the bottom. If you want to add additional flavor, and if you enjoy onions, you could put a bed of onions at the bottom and set them on that. Kind of use the onions as your rack. It would add a little more to it, but I'm not going to do that. And then we're going to put all of the short ribs in. Okay, and then once you get all the ribs in there, I actually like to use this liquid smoke. It comes in lots of different flavors, but it kind of gives it a smoky taste, like it's been out on the smoker, which I do have a smoker, but it's down right now, but hopefully not for too much longer. So I just pour in a little bit of that. And then you'll put it to seal. And we're going to put it on high pressure for 45 minutes. Once it's done, you're going to let it naturally release for minimum 15 minutes, but anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so these just got done. I released the pressure. That's how they look. They look so yummy, and they smell even better. Just get some tongs here. And then you're good to just put them on a plate and serve. You can serve them immediately, or you can wait and let them rest a little bit on a plate too. But they're delicious. Anyway, I hope you guys got some use out of this video, and I will see you next time.